Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Keating Sports Center in Chicago, Illinois, for our final presentation of Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks athletics for the year 2024. As tonight, the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks women's basketball team takes the floor as they play host to the Westminster College Blue Jays. Once again, everyone, happy holidays, hello, and welcome in to the Keating Center. Happy holidays, as we said. This is our final game of 2024. And the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks women's basketball team coming in looking to finish on a winning streak. Illinois Tech with a record of 4-5 on the season. They've won 3 consecutive games. They're yet to win in conference play, but conference play will pick up on the other side of the calendar, with Illinois Tech getting ready to take on Concordia University of Chicago and Edgewood on January 4th and January 8th, respectively. Tonight they'll take on the Westminster College Blue Jays. They come in with a record of 4-4. 2-1 in their conference, the SLIAC, the St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. And they come in actually having not played since December the 7th, but come in with a 2-game winning streak. And in the 4 wins this season for Westminster College, they've won by an average of 30.7 points per game. The 4 wins for Westminster College this season were by totals of 6, 55, 16, and 46. So this is a Westminster team that can certainly put the ball in the basket, put the points, put the numbers on the board. And for Westminster, they're led primarily by number 11, Annette Ramirez. She averages 24 points a game, does number 11 for the Blue Jays, having scored a grand total on the season of 195 points through 8 games. This Westminster team, they'll go up against the Illinois Tech team, as I mentioned, coming in, having won 2 consecutive games, but Illinois Tech having won 3 consecutive games, going up against a team that's won 2 consecutive games at Westminster. Illinois Tech looking to make it 4 straight going into the calendar new year and to go to 5-5 on the season. For Illinois Tech yesterday, it was a 76-49 win over the Mount Mary Blue Angels, and Illinois Tech was led by 3 players in double figures. They had Julia Bucci, who went 5 of 10 from the field, 4 of 9 from three-point land for her 14 points. Chloe Chirilla and Grace Goodenough both had 12 points apiece to add to that grand total of 76. Solid shooting game for Illinois Tech yesterday as they shot 44% from the field, 32 of 72, had 20 more shot attempts than Mount Mary, as Mount Mary only put up 52 shots. There was also a point in the game yesterday where Illinois Tech had the first 14 points of the game. It wasn't until the 5:43 mark of the first quarter where Mount Mary got on the board. It was when Sinai Ballard got fouled and was able to hit a free throw, as I mentioned, with 5:43 in the first quarter. Also, Illinois Tech 49-26 on the rebounds last night, or yesterday, 20 plus 23 on the boards in the early portion of the day. But for Illinois Tech, I'm sure they like to cut the turnovers down. They gave the ball away 20 times in comparison to 21 from Westminster. Illinois Tech able to get 24 points off of those 21 turnovers from Westminster, while Mount Mary against Mount Mary, while Mount Mary was able to get 11 points off turnovers from the 20 mistakes from Illinois Tech. Getting a bit ahead of ourselves here at the Keating Center. The Scarlet Hawks getting ready to take on the Westminster Blue Jays, and at this moment, here are the introduction of the starting lineups and the playing of the national anthem.
Illinois Tech against NCAA promoting good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or other abusive comments and actions directed at the officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and may be Now let's meet today's starting lineups first. The Blue Jays of Westminster College. A senior guard from Trailsburg, number 3, Olivia Hickson. A first-year guard from Stratford, Missouri, number 10, Warren Jones. Senior guard from Reeves, Missouri, number 11, Annette Ramirez. A junior forward from St. James, Missouri, number 20, Adam Bullock. And a senior forward from Atlanta, Missouri, number 31, Adelina Paqualos. The Blue Jays are led by head coach Alicia Washington and assisted by Clifton Cooper, Alicia Smith, and Sean Jackson. And now the starting lineups for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. A junior guard from Santa Ana, California, number 2, Camden Joko. A sophomore guard from Austin, Texas, number 10, Barrett Rusi. Senior guard from Greenville, South Carolina, number 13, Julia Bucci. A junior forward from Highland, Michigan, number 22, Grace Goodenough. And a junior forward from Highland, Indiana, number 25, Chloe Chirilla. The Scarlet Hawks are led by Chris Hussein in her 5th season, assisted by Jose and Ryan.
Illinois Tech taking on the Westminster College Blue Jays. Without any further ado, let's get into the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First, for the visiting Blue Jays, they'll be wearing the navy uniforms with the white numbers in baby blue trim. They'll start with number 3, Olivia Hickson. Number 10, Lauren Jones. Number 11, Annette Ramirez. Number 20, Allie Bullock. And number 31, Avelina Paqualos rounds out the starting 5 for head coach Talisha Washington. Washington in her 5th season as the head coach of Westminster College, record of 64-40 in her time at Westminster. She'll be going up against head coach Carissa Sane. Carissa Sane in her 5th season at Illinois Tech. Overall record for Carissa Sane currently sitting at 155-111. That's in her time at Illinois Tech and UChicago. And she'll start with number 2, Camden Joko. Number 10, Baird Rusing. Number 13, Julia Bucci. Number 25, Chloe Chirilla. And it was number 22, Grace Goodenough on the tip, which was won by Westminster. We're underway here on this Thursday, our final game of 2024. Glad you could join us here in the Keating Center with Baird Rusing going to the rim. Opening 2 of the game goes to Illinois Tech. Illinois Tech off to a fast start here against Westminster. Interesting to see how the Scarlet Hawks come out. Remember, they did play early yesterday. Let's see how the legs look today. And that's a quick layup from Olivia Hickson, who goes end to end for an easy 2. The 5'5 senior gets Westminster on the board. A gamble on the perimeter does not pay off for Westminster. It leads to the open 2 from Grace Goodenough. Grace Goodenough yesterday had 12. She was one of the 3 Scarlet Hawks players in double figures. Goodenough had 12. Chirilla had 12. They were led by Bucci. Julia had 14. Bucci right now guarding the perimeter with Lauren Jones. Ball up top here to Bullock. Bullock hands off to Annette Ramirez. Ramirez, certified bucket getter for this Blue Jays team, but that one missing everything. Illinois Tech using the same starting 5 they had yesterday. Bucci for 3. Julia Bucci from downtown. Bucci took 10 shots yesterday. 9 of them were from 3. She went 4 of 9 from beyond the arc, 5 of 10 from the field. Bucci buries her first triple today. Hickson with no fear to the rim, and Hickson has all 4 for Westminster to start them out in the early going. 7-4 Illinois Tech with the advantage. 8:22 to go in the first quarter. Goodenough to Chirilla. That's Chirilla inside for 2. Chloe Chirilla able to work her way inside. Is now 9-4 Illinois Tech. Traveling violation from Lauren Jones. And that'll turn it over to Illinois Tech. 9-4 the score. 8:08 to go in the first quarter. First sub of the game is Mia Bella Spica, the first-year player out of Los Angeles, California. She'll face a 1-2-2 full-court press from this Westminster defense. I mentioned that the majority of the ball game yesterday, Spica becoming much more comfortable, also gaining confidence as the primary ball handler for Illinois Tech. The normally sure-handed Julia Bucci goes up and down for a traveling violation. Very rare to see Julia get caught in the shooting motion and not let it go. But that's what happened there, and Illinois Tech turns it over. Illinois Tech again turned it over 20 times against Mount Mary yesterday. They forced 21 turnovers. They scored 24 points off those 21 forced turnovers, but they gave up 11 off the 20 that they turned over. Bucci. Down low to Goodenough. Baseline jumper for Grace Goodenough, no good. Chirilla crashing the boards. Lays it up and in for a quick two. Early timeout from Talisha Washington in Westminster. It's 11-4 Illinois Tech. It'll be a 30-second timeout. So we will keep it here with Illinois Tech. They have the early 7-point advantage with 7:23 remaining here in the first quarter. Remember, this is the final game of the calendar year 2024 for Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks athletics. We're thankful that you've all been able to join us all year long for Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks athletics, and it will start on the other side of the calendar with women's basketball. It'll be a Saturday, January the 4th, a 1 p.m. tip-off right here at the Keating Sports Center as the Scarlet Hawks go into conference play. 0-1 in conference play right now are the Scarlet Hawks, but they will kick it off against the Concordia University of Chicago Cougars. They'll kick off 2025 with a battle between the Scarlet Hawks and the Cougars. NAC women's basketball action right here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network, YouTube Live from the Keating Center. Olivia Hickson resuming action over to Lauren Jones in the corner for Westminster. Ramirez swings to the corner, another three. Ball worked all the way around the horn, but Bullock's three misses everything, rebounded by Bucci. Barrett Rusing going to the basket in a hurry, but she kicked it off to Chloe Chirilla. Chirilla to Goodenough. Goodenough trying to shoot that mid-range jumper. Spica flies inside. Spica really just lost the ball as she went up, but she drew the foul, and that foul will go against Lauren Jones. Mia Spica has her father in attendance. Certainly, you can see him on the camera over there watching the ball game. Made the trip in from California, of course, here for the holiday season. You love to see that. Mia Spica, as we've mentioned all season long, coming from Los Angeles, California, going to experience one of those cold winters here for the holidays, but has the support of her family as Illinois Tech goes along in their season. Spica, speaking of this season, still yet to make a free throw for Illinois Tech. Very unusual out of a guard. Spica 0 for 6 at the charity stripe this season. Looking to break the ice here, and finally does. It took 7 tries, but on the 7th free throw of the season, Spica finally cashes one in and gives Illinois Tech an 8-point advantage. Hickson's pass deflected by Bucci, which hit the official. It'll be out of bounds to Westminster. And that's one you don't see often, where Bucci deflected the ball out of bounds, and it was on its way out, but it hit the official who was straddling the out-of-bounds line. And as a result, it will go out of bounds to Westminster. 18 on the shot clock. Ramirez has been hampered thus far, and she finally breaks out for her first 2 of the evening. Annette Ramirez averages 24 points a game for this Westminster team. She scored 195, well now 197 following that too. Averaging 24.4 a game. Impressive percentages shooting from the field. There's a nice high percentage shot from Olivia Hickson, who goes inside. Westminster with a pair of buckets to shave 4 off the deficit. Joko picked up by Hickson. Nice pass from Joko to Spica. Ali Sillo. Perimeter shooter Ali Sillo. Going back door to Bucci. Sillo, she can get the feet set. She's going to let it go. Sillo misses. Look what Bucci found, but Bucci couldn't score. Bucci right place, right time, but did not have the touch on the finish. Ball ahead of the pack. Baseline jumper for Westminster. Beautiful rainbow from Lauren Jones. Lauren Jones is another one of those scorers for Westminster. Averages 8 a game. They only have 2 players averaging double figures through the Blue Jays. Ramirez averages 24. Powell Qualo averages 10.9. Lauren Jones averages only 8. But she had a game recently where she led the way for Westminster with 21 points. It was good enough. Working inside. Shot rejected by Allie Bullock. Great defense by Bullock, staying with the ball. The last two outings for Westminster, they won 96-50 against Lyon. And Annette Ramirez in that ball game had 27 points. That was their most recent outing on December the 7th. The game before that, December the 5th, that was the game where Jones had 21. Annette Ramirez added 20. Back on December the 5th, a 96-80 win. Here's a shot clock violation from Allie Sillo. Coach Carissa Sane up from the Scarlet Hawks bench with instructions for her team as we got a pair of reserves. Chirilla back in. Hallie Williams also in for the first time this evening for Illinois Tech. Williams gave Illinois Tech 17 minutes in yesterday's game, had 7 points to go with 4 rebounds. I know we mentioned yesterday Hallie Williams had to guard on the perimeter. Let's see if Hallie can work on staying out of foul trouble. That's been one of the main knocks on Hallie Williams. As now Westminster scores with a nice turn of the corner for 2 from Ramirez. Rusing trying to get it back and does. Ramirez scored on Rusing. Rusing gets it right back going at Ramirez. 14-12. Illinois Tech. Rusing has 4. Up the court into the basket in a hurry. Both teams going straight to the rim. Powell Qualo with her first 2 after Hickson snuck one in behind Williams on the bounce pass. Spica to Chirilla. It's actually stolen away. And here comes Westminster. A rush to the rim and a foul as Kerrigan Lockhart scores. And Lockhart will go to the line with a chance to complete a 3-point play. Westminster takes their first lead of the evening. Foul called on Rusing. That'll be the first against number 10 in white. Subs from both teams here will keep up with that. Following a notable action from both teams, now Kerrigan Lockhart will go to the free throw line. Lockhart a chance to extend this lead to 3 for Westminster, and she does just that by knocking down the free throw. Barrett Rusing, backdoor to Chirilla. Chirilla inside, banks it in off the glass for 2. Nice score. She had Lockhart on the off arm, was able to knock it in for 2. Corretto to the rim. Giselle Corretto in for the first time for Westminster. Misses the layup, rebounded inside. Lockhart again is fouled. Will go to the line. Allie Bullock got the offensive board to give Westminster a fresh 20. They only needed about 2 of those seconds as Lockhart flew in for the foul. And now another chance for Kerrigan Lockhart to add to that Westminster lead. Lockhart hits the first. Lockhart this season, a 76% free throw shooter. Now that's entering the ball game, and that's prior to the previous made shots. She's already made 2 here. 15 of 19 at the line this season. 15 of 20, rebounded by Chirilla. Camden Joko over to Kaya Jones in for the first time this evening, and Jones is fouled running the baseline. Both of these teams filling each other out in the early going, trying to figure out what's the right combination for our opponent. Now, you have to remember, in yesterday's game for Illinois Tech, they had a massive height advantage against Mount Mary. Bit of an unusual position for Illinois Tech. I even heard Coach Carissa Sane telling Hallie Williams, this is going to be a learning experience because we're going to have players out of position guarding smaller opponents or guarding bigger opponents. So Illinois Tech could be trying to find their game legs, get back into their regular rhythm here against Westminster. Jones, Joko, and Williams combined for a turnover, and now Westminster comes away with the ball. Hickson has it out high, guarded by Camden Joko. Backdoor cut for Westminster does not go to the rim. Nice turn of the corner inside and a foul as Barrett Rusing hits Lauren Jones on the arm. And now that's going to be 2 on Rusing. And Illinois Tech, we mentioned in yesterday's game, they did have to watch for the foul trouble. And as Illinois Tech committed, they actually doubled Mount Mary in fouls committed yesterday, 14-7. Of course, a lot of that, once again, goes back to Hallie Williams having 4 in the ballgame. But today it's Barrett Rusing, one of the usual suspects for Illinois Tech that you'll see on the perimeter. Sort of a defensive irritant on the opposing team's primary ball handler, but with Rusing in foul trouble, it's going to adjust the approach for Coach Carissa Sane. Lauren Jones makes both. Westminster by 4. Jones has exactly 4. Here's Chirilla. Over to Goodenough. And now Mia Speaker. Let's see if Speaker could become more of a floor general for this Illinois Tech offense. She is growing. She's becoming much more comfortable with that ball in her hand as the primary leader of the offense. Bucci got trapped into the corner, and that led to the steal by Bullock. Bullock has been active here in the first quarter. Not necessarily with the scoring, but with those active hands. Ball on the floor, and a held ball favors Illinois Tech. 2:44 remaining here in the first quarter. Scarlet Hawks in possession. Lengthy feeling out process here for Illinois Tech. It just appears they're trying to get their regular rhythm back. They led the majority of the game yesterday against Mount Mary. Actually, majority. They led the entire game against Mount Mary. They never trailed in the game yesterday, including a stretch where they led 14-0 early on. Giselle Corretto picks up the foul. And that'll send Kaya Jones to the free throw line for the first time this evening. Kaya played 17 minutes yesterday. Only 2 points for Kaya in yesterday's ball game, but she did have 4 assists. And now Susie Wall will also come into the game. Susie Wall, a great effort yesterday for Illinois Tech. We marveled at the versatility that number 12 brings to Coach Carissa Sain's roster. Kaya Jones missing on the first. Susie Wall in yesterday's game played 18 minutes, had 10 rebounds, and only 6 points. And that pretty much underscores the importance of Susie Wall in this roster, where we point out the rebounds, the assists, and everything else she does before we talk about the scoring. Jones splits a pair. Illinois Tech back within 3. Jones actually got a hand on that pass from Hickson, and now Illinois Tech comes up with the steal in the paint. It's actually good enough who comes away with it. Kaya Jones into traffic. Bucci, that's usually her spot on the floor. It isn't this time. Good enough, right place, right time. Easy 2 for double deuce. Good enough with 4. Illinois Tech down by 1. And then Ramirez guarded by Speaker. This could be a fun matchup. Ramirez goes inside. Shoots it off the heel of the rim. Ball knocked loose. Should be Illinois Tech ball, and it is. As Hickson really just lost it off her own foot there. She took it to the floor. And in her effort to secure the loose ball, just lost it out of play. Sub for Westminster here. Westminster going with a lineup of Allen, Powell, Qualo. They also have Ramirez, Jones, and Hickson out there. Speaking of Hickson, she has the ball now. Hickson, a why not 3. She sort of walked into it with Bucci closing out slowly. Nice box out by Bucci out near half court. It leads to the breakaway. Jones to Speaker. Ball just a little bit too ahead of 0. And it goes out of bounds as Illinois Tech turns it over. Missed opportunity for Illinois Tech. Coach Sain, I can hear from the bench, telling our team, keep your heads up. We're doing great stuff. That was actually great effort. Everything but the finish there for Illinois Tech. Bucci with a box out 20 feet from the basket. Then Speaker and Jones, the IQ to run the break, just didn't get the finish. Sports can be fickle sometimes. Got to take the good with the bad or the bad with the good. Whatever you choose as your mindset. As now Bucci guarding the ball, possessed by Jones. Ramirez shoots it over Speaker. That misses everything right into the hands of Allen. Allen kicks it out for Hickson. Hickson, another look. Hickson's been looking to knock one down. She's had a few looks where it's been why not. I'm hoping I'm cashing it in. Hickson finally cashes that one in. She's got 9. 1 minute to go in the opening quarter. Kaya Jones at the free throw line. That's a good look for Kaya. Kaya up to 3. Ever since coming to Illinois Tech, that's been one of the signatures of Kaya Jones, that in and out dribble and that ability to hit the free throw line jumper. Free throw line jumper there for Kaya. Pulls Illinois Tech within 2. Jones guarded high by Bucci and a foul by Bucci. I can see Julia Bucci saying she thought maybe Lauren Jones pushed off with the arm. The official calls the hold, and that'll be the first foul against Bucci. 40 seconds to go in the half. Ball comes in here to Amanya Allen. Allen's been in for quite some time for Westminster. Been out there about 4 minutes of game action. Her and Wall have been matched up away from the ball the majority of the action. Ramirez inside. Nice stop on the dime by Ramirez to get that one over Kaya Jones. That's 6 for Ramirez. Hickson pressuring the ball in the backcourt. And it'll go out of bounds to Illinois Tech. 21 seconds to go in the opening quarter. This could be our final possession of the period. Westminster trying to get Olivia Goki to the table in time. They do, as now Goki will come in to replace Allen. And now Illinois Tech going to get Chirilla in to replace Wall. So basically the two players, Wall and Allen, they've been matched up away from the ball. They'll come out, and now the ball will get right in the hands of Chirilla. Chirilla goes into Speaker. Speaker and Hickson tripped over each other in the backcourt. Kaya Jones into the paint. Nice feed to Chirilla inside. Kaya Jones with the drive and drop. She ran right into Lauren Jones. There was no call. Lauren Jones is down, holding the abdomen. And that was just a bit of a tough collision inside as Jones, nice drive and drop. As Kaya runs into Lauren Jones. And Chirilla was able to score inside. 8 points for Chloe Chirilla, but that's not the story here, as the 5'7" first-year player out of Stratford, Missouri is currently down. It appears she was holding her abdomen at first, as now the Illinois Tech training staff, led by Mika Sanchez, will run out of the floor to check on Lauren Jones. There's only 10 seconds remaining in this first quarter. You never want to see any player get hurt, but only 10 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Westminster with a 2-point advantage on the scoreboard, and Lauren Jones has contributed 4 points for the Blue Jays to this point in the game, and it is good to see now Lauren Jones is up, aided by the Illinois Tech training staff, led by Mika Sanchez and also members of the Westminster Blue Jays coaching staff. Chris Rouse here on the call courtside at the Keating Sports Center in Chicago. Again, this is the final presentation of Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks athletics for 2024. And with 10 3/10 of a second to go in the first quarter, the Westminster Blue Jays lead the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks by 2, 25-23. Action resuming with Ramirez approaching the timeline, guarded by Spica. Final seconds of the first quarter. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Ramirez blocked by Spica, and at the end of the quarter, Westminster will take a 2-point lead into the break, but Mia Spica with a momentum play for Illinois Tech as she blocks the shot of Annette Ramirez. Westminster by 2, 25-23. Quarter 2 coming up on the other side of this break. Courtside at the Keating Center in Chicago, the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks taking on the Westminster Blue Jays. Westminster leading the Scarlet Hawks by 2, 25-23. Westminster shot 10 of 16 in that first quarter for 62%. They went 1 of 3 from 3, 33%, 4 of 5 at the free throw line for 80%, led by Olivia Hickson. Hickson had 9 of the 25. Leading scorer Annette Ramirez averages 24. Right now has 6 in the ballgame. That's actually about right. She averages 24, 6 a quarter. Should get her to where she needs to go. Ball knocked loose on the floor. Recovered by Goodenough. Ball deflected in the backcourt and out of bounds to the Scarlet Hawks. Westminster had 5 turnovers in that first quarter. Illinois Tech had 6. 10 points off turnovers for Westminster, so they took advantage of all but 1. Illinois Tech had 7 points off turnovers off of 5 Westminster turnovers. Scarlet Hawks leading scorer through 1 quarter, Chloe Chirilla, 8 points, 4 of 4 from the field. Chirilla earlier this season had a career-high 29 against Illinois College. Jones over the corner. There's Chirilla, a long-distance shot. Usually don't see Chirilla fire from distance. She fires there, misses everything, and it'll go out of play to Westminster. Played 28 seconds here in the second quarter. Westminster still by 2, 25-23. That three from Chirilla, only her 5th attempt this season. And a slip in the backcourt as Bullock fell to her feet, and it leads to a turnover for Illinois Tech. Good job by Illinois Tech as they come away with the steal. Turnover for Westminster. Joko over to Chirilla. Oh, Chirilla missed good enough. Chirilla goes inside, and it gets her shot rejected by Allie Bullock. Coach Chris is saying not appreciative of the no call there as Chirilla goes down. And that was a nice block by Bullock. I have to say from the table, that block appeared clean, as now Chirilla scores inside around Bullock. I was going to say it appeared that the block was actually clean from Bullock. Yes, there was contact, but that was all after the follow-through. The defender has to land somewhere as well. Unfortunately, Chirilla was in the same vicinity. Olivia Goki scores on the other end. First two for Goki. This game had a bit of a breakneck speed. Chirilla inside, blocked by Bullock. Definitely a back-and-forth all-star game style pace. This ball's going out the basket and up the court. Bucci comes up with the steal. Good hands inside. Camden Joko looking for Jones. Hickson with the steal. Hickson inside. Nice move around Joko. Everything but the finish for Westminster. Camden Joko going to take the air out of the ball here as Illinois Tech trying to settle down and gain some control. Chirilla inside. Chirilla comes to a jump stop. Her and Bullock have been meeting one another pretty regularly down there on the block as Bullock wins the latest battle with the defensive board. Talked about Ramirez and Spica. Spica actually getting ready to check in. Pretty much Ramirez versus anybody for Illinois Tech is going to be a pretty fun matchup. Now they kick it out for another three. Goki missing. Rebounded by Goodenough. Westminster, they have a few players that match up very well against Illinois Tech. Bullock against Chirilla has been pretty fun. We've seen Hickson. We've seen Ramirez. Some pretty quality matchups all around the board. We've also seen Kerrigan Lockhart come in and provide another interesting matchup for Westminster against Illinois Tech. Kaya Jones fouled by Goki. Tough break for Goki because Goki did hit Kaya Jones. She did earn that foul, but it was a situation where Goki kind of got away with it for a moment, and the foul was called after Goki maybe felt she got away with it. And to give it to Illinois Tech here with 7:31 to go in the half. Spica, Joko, Bucci, Silo, and Williams, the 5 for Illinois Tech. Lockhart, Corretto, Powell, Qualo, Ramirez, and Bullock, the 5 for Westminster. Corretto versus Joko, that's another matchup that could be pretty interesting in the backcourt here. And it comes into Joko. Camden Joko goes right at Corretto. Maybe could have finished that one. I thought Joko was going to go right to the rim. She tried to pass it to Williams. Spica, great hustle from Spica to get back and force the miss by Powell Qualo. Offensive board for Westminster. Kerrigan Lockhart has been cleaning up inside. I know her first 4 points came at the line, but everything from Lockhart has been at the rim, drawing a foul, and now the offensive board. 6 points for Lockhart. Williams' first shot of the game is no good. Rebounded inside by Lockhart. Corretto feeds it down low to Powell Qualo. Powell Qualo to Lockhart again. Lockhart for 2. And Westminster up by 6. Lockhart has 8. Silo to Camden Joko. Feed inside to Williams. Stolen by Powell Qualo. She actually kind of stole that one with her face. It hit her in the face as she ran through the ball. Powell Qualo for 2. Second on the team in scoring average is Powell Qualo. Only 2 players average double figures for Westminster. It's Ramirez and Avelina Powell Qualo. And as a result, Westminster, they lead by 8 as Powell Qualo extends the lead. She now has 4 for Westminster. Timeout, Illinois Tech. 33-25 here at the Keating Center. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more after this. quick breather here at the Keating Sports Center in Chicago. Chris Rouse on the call courtside. This is the final game of Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks athletics for the calendar year of 2024. Coming up at halftime, we'll recap the second half. We'll also go over the first half stats, recap the first half, preview the second half, and then we'll go over scores from around both the NAC and the SLIAC. All of that coming up at halftime. Bit of an issue with the shot clock here as Illinois Tech pushes into the front court. 8-point deficit for Illinois Tech with 6:22 to go in the first half. Leading the way for Westminster to this point of the game is Olivia Hickson. She has 9. Chloe Chirilla has 10 for Illinois Tech to lead all scorers, but Westminster leads where it counts on the scoreboard. Bucci inside, trying to cut into that deficit, and does just that. Bucci now has 5. Bucci hit her earlier corner 3. That's her first field goal since. Bucci 2 of 4 from the field. Ramirez, 3 on the way. Annette Ramirez from downtown. Impressive stats for Annette Ramirez. Let's get off the 24 points averaged, 195 total coming in. How about the efficiency? 46 from the field, 44 from 3, 77 at the line. Sure, you'd like to see that free throw percentage improve, but 44 from beyond the arc is certainly impressive as Chirilla goes inside for 2. Illinois Tech back within 7. Chirilla with 12 to lead all scorers. Ramirez actually following that last 3 now has 9 to lead Westminster. Corretto's pass went right through the hands of Bucci, and then it hit Powell Qualo on the way out, and it'll go to Illinois Tech. Lauren Jones back in for Westminster as Bullock and Corretto go to the bench. It'll be Powell Qualo, Ramirez, Jones. They've got Hickson and Lockhart, the 5 for Westminster. Spica, Rusing, good enough. Chirilla and Bucci, the 5 for Illinois Tech. Chirilla inside and a whistle as Chloe Chirilla tries to work to the rim here. That foul will go against Kerrigan Lockhart. First against Lockhart. Lockhart with 8 points in the game. I mentioned how active she's been on the inside for Westminster. Kaya Jones a little late getting to the table here, but she will come in anyway here. Kerrigan Lockhart, as I was saying, 8 points in 6 minutes played. Has 2 steals to go with 2 rebounds. Spica into good enough. They'll try to kick it out to Kaya Jones. The ball is deflected. It will go to Illinois Tech. I mentioned Lockhart earlier with 8 points, 3 of 3 from the field, 2 of 3 at the line. And Lockhart right now has her hands full. She's guarding Chirilla. Chirilla with 12 for Illinois Tech to lead all scorers. Spica finding Jones. Nice move inside for Jones. I'm not sure if Jones lost it or was trying to pass it, and the pass just didn't have enough air. Oh, Powell Qualo left the ball in play, and that turns it over to Illinois Tech. Here's Rusing. Rusing to the corner. To Jones. Rusing thought about the 3. Goes around, Hickson inside, and the foul. Barrett Rusing will go to the line. The hoop and the harm for Barrett Rusing, who now has 6 in the game. And Rusing will go to the line with a chance to complete the 3-point play. Barrett is a 58% free throw shooter. 7 of 12 this season for Rusing entering the game. And Rusing in yesterday's game actually misses the free throw here. I was about to say in yesterday's game, Rusing did not go to the free throw line. Had 7 points and 5 rebounds. And Rusing misses the free throw there. Lockhart, guarded by Goodenough on the perimeter. Nice feed inside to Hickson. Jones is open in that corner if they can kick it out. Instead, Bullock goes up, and she's fouled by Illinois Tech's Jones, Kaya. So that'll be the first foul against Kaya Jones. 4:18 to go into the half. Hickson will inbound to the right of the offensive goal for Westminster. Ball punched right back out of bounds by Illinois Tech. So it'll stay with Westminster with 20 on the shot clock. Hickson launches into Lauren Jones, who's guarded by Kaya Jones on the perimeter. That's been another constant or consistent matchup Kaya versus Lauren Jones on the wing. Spica picked up by Ramirez. One of the first times they've actually been matched up against one another. Now here's Kaya Jones. Over to Rusing. Rusing into traffic. Partially blocked by Bullock. Actually, might want to give Bullock a little more credit for that. That may have been a full-on block. It looked like she made Rusing leave that one short. Ramirez comes inside, but she leaves her shot short. Rebounded by Jones and over to Spica. Spica to Rusing. 20 on the shot clock for Illinois Tech as Rusing picks up the dribble. Cross-court pass to Spica. Chirilla, that's a strong lane for Chirilla. If Chirilla can get downhill, that's all Illinois Tech needs sometimes with Chirilla on the wing. They want Chloe to get downhill. She had plenty of space to get downhill and lay that one in. Lauren Jones in front of the Illinois Tech bench missed everything and hit her numerical counterpart, Rusing, right in the hands. 2-on-2. Rusing, pull-up jumper. That's her spot, but that's not her result. Rebounded by Lockhart. Not the result Illinois Tech wanted there. Back within 3. Maybe that was one of those possessions where Illinois Tech, really, they just bought into the momentum of the game. It's been a back-and-forth pace the entire way. Could have got a quality shot. Didn't really need the jumper. And as a result, Westminster comes down the other way, get into a half-court set. Bullock scores on the pick and roll and the foul. That'll be the first foul against Goodenough. And that'll send Allie Bullock to the free throw line. Bullock, that's actually her first 2 points of this game. Bullock's been all over the floor for Westminster. She's played 13 minutes. She has 3 blocks, 2 rebounds, 2 steals. But now just getting her first points with 2:49 to go in the half. And misses the free throw. So Bullock unable to convert the 3-point play. Bullock this season is actually was an 85% free throw shooter. 17 of 20, now 17 of 21 following that miss. Illinois Tech with a miss right into Bullock's hands. Another rebound, her 4th. And now Bullock in control to the basket. Should be a foul and is. Allie Bullock with a beautiful turn. That curl was beautiful down the lane, and it was just all composed. Beautiful curl to the rim. Bullock took the contact in stride, just laid it up around Rusing. And that now will be 3 on Barrett Rusing, who spent the majority of this first half on the bench due to foul trouble. Mia Spica back into the game. Allie Bullock back at the line. And Bullock has missed both free throw attempts thus far. 4 points for Bullock. Spica now has it for Illinois Tech. Spica only 1 point. Bucci has 5. Bucci turns it over, and the ball taken away again by Bullock. Bullock all over the floor here in this first half, and that pass just a little ahead of Powell Qualo out of play. That's twice now we've seen Westminster with Powell Qualo ahead of the pack, and they've turned it over. The first time Powell Qualo saved it, and it was taken away by Bucci. This time it goes out of bounds, allows the Blue Jays to set defensively. Camden Joko. Final 2 minutes of the half with Joko in possession. Illinois Tech trying to rotate the offense here through Bucci. Bucci almost lost it. Works inside, left it long. Rebounded by Williams. And back out to Joko. Coach Carissa saying settle as they get a first 20. Bucci for 3. That's a good look. But a tough result for Illinois Tech as Bucci hits the rim. Coach Talisha Washington, 64 wins as the head coach of the Westminster Blue Jays. Giving out the instructions for Westminster, and now it's Corretto who grows inside and draws a foul. Giselle Corretto was a little slow getting the ball down the court. She was trying to get the instructions from Talisha Washington. Whatever she said, Corretto went to the rim and drew the foul, and then I saw Corretto turn and immediately say, what? After she drew the foul. But Corretto will go to the free throw line. Corretto yet to score to this point in the ballgame. She has 2 fouls on the other end. And she makes the first. Corretto has played in all 8 games this season for Westminster. She's attempted 26 free throws, 20 of 26, 76%. She hit her 27th and now her 28th. 22 of 28 on the season for Corretto. She'll go to the bench with those 2 points. Remember, she has 2 fouls, as now Hickson comes back into the game to guard Joko. Joko over to Susie Wall. Nice feed to Williams. Williams works the shot inside. Hallie Williams for 2. Good finish inside from Hallie Williams. You see, once again, that confidence continuing to grow for Hallie. The more game reps she gets for Coach Carissa Sand and the Scarlet Hawks. Williams guarding Pal Qualo. The jumper off the rim, run down by Williams, who finds Joko. Under a minute to go in the half as Illinois Tech works into the front court. Joko picked up by Hickson. Good use of the body to cut off Joko. Wall for Williams. Williams goes down, and Williams takes a hard fall to the floor. And that is you not like to see that, as Hallie Williams sort of just lost her balance inside trying to take the contact. As now Hallie Williams will go to the bench here. I'm sure this is just to check on her as she goes to the bench holding that right leg. Grace Goodenough back in the game for Illinois Tech as Williams continues to limp down the sideline for Illinois Tech. Here's Wall. Susie Wall over to Camden Joko. Shot clock at 12. Plenty of time for Illinois Tech. Joko, a runner off the glass. Good for 2. Camden Joko with her first 2 of the ball game. Joko only had 5 yesterday. She played more minutes than anyone for Illinois Tech. Played 22 minutes, 22 seconds. Only had 5 in yesterday's game. Gets her first 2 here. 3 on the way for Ramirez. Off the rim. Rebounded by Wall, and here comes Illinois Tech. Spica cut off. Good defense by Bullock. Good defense by Bullock as she cuts off Spica and forces the traveling violation out near the timeline. So Illinois Tech couldn't even get the final shot of the half as they turn it over in the backcourt. 3 seconds to go. Hickson to Ramirez. Ramirez around Spica to beat the horn. It's off the rim, and at the break, the Westminster College Blue Jays lead the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks 42-37. It's halftime here inside the Keating Sports Center. We'll recap the first half, preview the second half, and also go over scores from around the NAC and from around the SLIAC, the St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. All that and more coming up at halftime as we go over our conference scores here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. Courtside at the Keating Sports Center in Chicago, Illinois. This is Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks women's basketball on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. This is the final game of 2024, final calendar game of 2024 for all of Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks athletics. And once again, for all of the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks family and for all of our crew here inside the Keating Center and at Stewart Field and at Ed Glancy Field and all of our Illinois Tech facilities, we'd like to say thank you for joining us all season long for Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks athletics and for all year long for joining us, whether it be out on the soccer pitch, whether it be lacrosse, basketball, baseball, all of the sports that we provide for you here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. And the next time we'll be in action on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live will be Saturday, January the 4th, 2025. Women's basketball action as the Scarlet Hawks take on the Concordia University of Chicago Cougars. Right now, the Scarlet Hawks trailing by 5 at the hands of the Westminster College Blue Jays. Let's go over our first half stats first for the Blue Jays of Westminster College. For their 42 points, they shot 53% from the field, 17 of 32. They shot 25% from 3, 2 of 8, and they went 66% from the free throw line, 6 of 9. For Westminster, they had 2 players with 9 points, Olivia Hickson and Annette Ramirez leading the way. Also got 8 out of Kerrigan Lockhart. But I have to be honest, I've been calling the game here, and the eye test MVP has been number 20, Allie Bullock. In 15 minutes played, Bullock only had 4 points, but 3 rebounds. She also had 3 steals, and with those 4 points has certainly been a very active player. Her activity with her hands has caused all sorts of problems for the opposing team, the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. And speaking of the hosts, the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, 17 of 36 from the field, 47%. 1 of 6 from three-point land for 16%. And 2 of 5 from the free throw line for 40%. Illinois Tech led by Chloe Chirilla. She had 14 points. Baird Roosing had 6. And then Julia Bucci added 5. Now, Baird Roosing had added 6 points, but that's not the number that we were worried about with Baird Roosing for Illinois Tech in that first half, as Roosing had 3 personal fouls, and one of Illinois Tech's best perimeter defender, if not the best perimeter defender, is going to have to be tamed in this second half thanks to the foul trouble in terms of guarding the ball. Illinois Tech also had 4 players with 3 rebounds in that first half. Goodenough, Trilla, Joko, and Bucci all added 3 rebounds. Goodenough also added 4 steals to go with 4 points and 3 rebounds in the first half. Turnovers favoring Westminster at the moment, 11-13, meaning Illinois Tech has given it away 2 more times. And off of those 13 turnovers, Westminster has 14 points off of turnovers. Meanwhile, Illinois Tech only 11 off the Westminster 11 turnovers. Points in the paint, Illinois Tech +2 in this game against Westminster. Illinois Tech was +20 in the game yesterday against Mount Mary. They also were +23 in rebounds. Illinois Tech today still with the heavy edge on the boards, but tonight it's just +12 at 25-13. We'll take a quick break, and when we return, we'll preview our second half of this ball game, and also we'll go over scores from elsewhere in the NAC and the SLIAC. All of that and more coming up right here at halftime on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. Back courtside at the Keating Sports Center in Chicago. Chris Rouse here on the call as we get ready for second half action between the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks and the Westminster College Blue Jays. Westminster representing the SLIAC, the St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. Meanwhile, Illinois Tech representing the NAC, the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference. And Illinois Tech right now sitting at 10th place in women's basketball in the NAC, but of course Illinois Tech still yet to really get into conference play. They've only played one game. That was December the 7th when they took on Concordia University of Wisconsin right here inside the Keating Center. So Illinois Tech really yet to get into conference play. They will start that on January the 4th when they take on Concordia University of Chicago at 1 p.m. right here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. And then on January the 8th, they will take on the Edgewood Eagles. Speaking of Edgewood, 5-5 right now in the season, 2-0 in the NAC. One of four teams at 2-0. One of four teams unbeaten in women's basketball in the NAC. The St. Norbert is 6-2, but they're 2-0 in conference play. Lakeland 5-4, 2-0 in conference play. Edgewood 5-5, 2-0 in conference play. And Wisconsin Lutheran, they are 4-5 and 2-0 in conference play. Elsewhere in conference action, Marion took on Wisconsin Stevens Point earlier today when Marion ended up on the losing end of a 79-32 final. Marion, as a result, now falls to 3-5. Marion sitting at 1-1 in conference play to this point of the season. The aforementioned Concordia University of Wisconsin, they played Williams earlier today. That was a 59-48 win for Williams. So Concordia University of Wisconsin, they fall to 2-6, 2-1 in conference play on the season. And elsewhere in conference play, the Lakeland Muskies are yet to tip off, but they will take on the Calvin Knights. Remember, all these games are non-conference, but these are the games featuring conference teams in the NAC. So Marion with a loss, remember, non-conference loss, but a loss to Wisconsin Stevens Point. Concordia University with a loss to Williams, and then Calvin will be hosting Lakeland. Remember, Lakeland is the team in conference. Lakeland 5-4, 2-0 in the NAC. They'll be taking on non-conference foe in the Calvin Knights. Elsewhere in the St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, we mentioned that that's the home conference of the Westminster Blue Jays. Westminster enters this game at 4th place in their conference. 4-4 on the season, 2-1 in conference play. Webster and Principia, they're both 3-0 in conference play. Meanwhile, Westminster in a bit of a tie with Greenville and Eureka, as all three of those teams sit at 2-1. Elsewhere in the SLIAC, here on this Thursday evening, Westminster obviously with a 5-point advantage right now representing the conference. But elsewhere, there'd be Blackburn taking on Columbia College. And then, of course, Webster with a 74-66 win earlier against Babson. So that takes care of all the action in both the NAC and the SLIAC for today. Action getting ready to resume here with Illinois Tech on offense against Westminster. And here we go with second half action inside the Keating Center. Happy holidays. Happy Thursday. We're glad that you're joining us here from Chicago. Chloe Chirilla out to Camden Joko. Wide open look for Joko. Cash it in for Camden Joko from downtown. Joko with 5 in the ball game. And now Illinois Tech back within 2. Chance of defense from the Illinois Tech sideline. 2 inside for Westminster. It's Evelina Palqualo who lays it up and in for 2. Palqualo with 6 in the game. Chirilla called for a travel. Turns it over to Westminster. A little too excited to go to the basket from Chloe Chirilla. She tried to work inside. Gives it up to Westminster with 9:19 to go in the third. Remember, this is the final home game for any Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks teams within the athletic family. Ball goes to the corner. 3 on the way. And knocked down from Lauren Jones as she gives Westminster a 7-point advantage. She also has 7 in the game. Good enough. Over to Joko. Illinois Tech just trying to find a rhythm to start the second half. It appeared Illinois Tech had a lengthy feeling out process in the first half. There's a nice move inside for Chirilla. Chirilla has 6. Makes up for the traveling violation by getting 2 points back. Hickson feeds it down low to Bullock. Bullock has been making Chirilla work and vice versa. Inside for Allie Bullock. who only has 6 in the game. But at halftime, I mentioned I think she's the eye test MVP. Only 6 points, but also 3 rebounds to go with 3 steals. Bullock is also credited with having 4 of the fouls drawn against Illinois Tech. And now Bullock makes the free throw. Illinois Tech to this game has been credited with 9 fouls. Bullock has drawn 4 of those 9. Bullock also now has 7 in the ball game. Joko, guarded by Hickson. Bucci works around Ramirez. Chirilla to Joko. Shot clock at 6. Shot clock at 4 as it gets to Bucci. Bucci with 2. Joko at 1. That's away in time. And in! Camden Joko beats the horn. Shot clock, cheese and all. I know the gamers know what I'm talking about. Knocks it down. 8 for Joko. Annette Ramirez into the front court. Guarded by Rusi. Hands it off to Bullock. That was actually a good curl for Bullock as she frees up space for Hickson, who couldn't knock down the 3. I thought maybe Bullock was going to finish that one inside. She's done a great job of going right at Chirilla and either scoring or drawing fouls. Instead, kicked it out for a missed 3. Rusing inside to Chirilla, and a foul actually saved Illinois Tech. Looked like that could have been a travel, but instead the violation will be a foul against the visitors in the Blue Jays in Allie Bullock. First foul against Bullock. Bullock's been drawing fouls on Chirilla on the other end. Chirilla finally drawing one back here. Chirilla at 2 fouls. Bullock, that was just her first of the evening. Rusing over to Camden Joko. Rusing guarded by Jones. Battle of the 10s in the corner. Pass knocked away by Ramirez and out of play to Illinois Tech. Scarlet Hawks will maintain possession with 9 on the shot clock. Joko to trigger it in. It's not a box and 1 inbound set here. Now Bucci crashes to the ball. Here's Goodenough. Ramirez did a good job of using her hands to make Goodenough go cross court as opposed to Bucci. Ball tapped up and almost in by Chirilla. Chirilla stays with it, couldn't finish. Rebounded by Bullock. Chirilla really just sort of tapped that one accidentally. It almost went in. Instead, Westminster comes away with the ball. And Chirilla comes up with the ball after all, off the steal from the mishandle from Pal Qualo. Bucci wide open look. Won't get too many looks like that. And Julia knows it. She cashes in. Julia Bucci with 8 in the game. Illinois Tech back within 2. Second 3 for Bucci. Her first shot of the game was a 3 as she knocked it in. And now Illinois Tech with 6:35 to go in the third. A number of players come to the bench. We're going to see a bit of a lineup change for Illinois Tech on the next stoppage. Entry pass for Powell Qualo and a foul against Goodenough. That'll be the second foul against Grace Goodenough, as now we'll get 4 fresh faces for Illinois Tech. Wall, Speaker, Williams, and Jones all back in for Illinois Tech. Fresh faces in the second half. They've all played in the ballgame. As now Hickson. Nice inbound pass, and the floater in traffic is good for Bullock. Bullock up to 9 in the ballgame for Westminster. Westminster now has 3 players at 9. Bullock, Ramirez, and Hickson. Wall's pass missed everyone, and then it found Lauren Jones for Westminster. Up ahead of the pack is Pal Qualo. She has 8 in the game. Avalena Pal Qualo up and in for 2. She averages 10. Just 1 basket under her average. Speaker. No whistle as Speaker falls to the floor and turns it over to Hickson. Pal Qualo moving a little too fast there. She was actually sort of faked herself there. She had to stop to catch the ball and really just tried to score to beat Jones. Really didn't have to rush the shot. Bucci drives baseline and a foul. Foul go against Bullock. So that'd be the second foul against Bullock. And it appears Allie Bullock will come off the floor for a little bit here. Bullock has done a great job for Westminster, but she'll get a breather here with 5:33 to go in the third quarter. Rusing will inbound. 20 on the shot clock for Illinois Tech. Rusing looking and finds Sillo. Sillo working against Lockhart, and a kick ball. Camden Joko back in there for Illinois Tech. 20 on the shot clock for the Scarlet Hawks following the kicked ball. Joko replaces Bucci. Roosing the inbound again. And she's got Silo. Silo's actually got a look, but Silo will just catch high. Silo was looking for Kaya Jones. Really no outlet here. Silo's going to have to pass it or pick up a 5-second violation. Ball deflected out of bounds here by Hickson. Coach Carissa Sane telling her team we got 11 seconds on the shot clock. They try to get the inbound. Joko into Kaya Jones. Jones splits the double team. The floater off the glass. Hallie Williams volleyballed it away from herself and into the hands of Hickson for Westminster. Corretto back out there around Roosing. Shoots it off the backboard and then eventually off her own hands out of bounds. So many moves by Corretto there. She did everything to elude Roosing, but when she finally shot it, just shot it off the glass. Kaya Jones getting some words from Coach Carissa Sane as she came to the table following that last play. I can hear Coach Sane say, I don't need you to go 1,000 miles a minute. Maybe wanted that one a little more composed on that drive to the basket. Silo, 3 on the way. Off the heel of the rim. Rebounded by Jones for Westminster. Up to Hickson. Hickson feeds it down low. Ball goes inside to Allen. Allen just holding here, finds Corretto. Corretto travels, and that layup will roll all the way around the basket, but it won't count for 2 as Giselle Corretto is called for the travel. Good enough will replace Williams. 4:32 to go in the third as Illinois Tech takes over offensively, trailing by 6. Camden Joko. Over to Goodenough. They got Chirilla posting up on the right block. Chirilla turns inside, shoots over Lockhart, rebounded by Jones. Missed opportunity for Illinois Tech. The defense from Lockhart who went straight up on that challenge. 3 on the way from Westminster, missing everything into the hands of Chirilla. Oh, Chirilla picked it up in the backcourt, and she finds Joko. Illinois Tech has a 5-on-3, 4-on-3 here. Joko to Roosing, and it's Hickson who hustles to make up for the lack of numbers. Good hustle there by Olivia Hickson as Westminster had the double team in the backcourt. Scarlet Hawks were able to get out of it. Joko's pass ahead of the pack. Shut down there by Hickson. Kaya Jones works to Chirilla. Chirilla working on Lockhart. Shoots it up off the glass, but a foul. So Kerrigan Lockhart picks up her second. And that'll send Chirilla to the free throw line. Chirilla with 16 in the ballgame leads all scorers. But she misses the first here. For Chirilla, these are first free throws of the evening. And she misses both. And then Goodenough unable to handle the offensive board out of bounds. Chirilla, a 60% free throw shooter, 26 of 43 entering the game. Now 26 of 45 following a missed pair there. Illinois Tech down only 6. But that fast-paced game we saw in the first half has certainly changed. This game definitely more in the half court. It's becoming more physical. It's becoming about execution. Right time, right place passing. And that foul goes against Illinois Tech. Team's third. That's 4 on Roosing. Remember, Roosing had 3 in the first half. And Roosing will have to play the remainder of this game worrying about fouling out. That's a good way for Westminster. They take Illinois Tech's best perimeter defender and put her in foul trouble the majority of the evening. Corretto working on Jones, almost shuffled the pivot foot, but Giselle Corretto able to get every part of the rim for 2. Corretto has 4. Matching the jersey number following that jumper for Corretto. Jones to Goodenough. Goodenough's been hitting that jumper as of late, but doesn't hit this one. Rebounded by Westminster. Corretto getting the instructions from the sideline. 8-point advantage for Westminster. Chance of defense from the Illinois Tech bench. Allen Back out to Ramirez. Wide open three from Ramirez, but she missed it off the rim. Corretto with the rebound. Corretto just a curl to the free throw line. Got Kaya Jones in the air. Couldn't finish. Ball batted around, pity patted around, and run down by Corretto. Fresh 20 for Westminster. This is a lengthy possession. Illinois Tech's been on defense about 45 seconds. Bullock into traffic, and the bank is open late for Allie Bullock as she deposits 2 for the Blue Jays. They lead it by 10. Bullock has 11. Largest lead of the evening for either team. Kaya Jones to the basket and a foul. Westminster with the first double-digit lead that either team has had to this point of the ballgame. Corretto picks up her 3rd foul, and that will send Kaya Jones to the free throw line. Kaya has 3 points in the game already. And Kaya with really just 1 here will help Illinois Tech get back within single digits. Kaya, of course, the senior out of Memphis, Tennessee, listed as a 5'4" senior. Jones on the season, a 75% free throw shooter. 18 of 24, 19 of 25 following that one. And looking to go 20 of 26. And does just that. Speaker back out there for Jones with 2:19 to go in the 3rd. Camden Joko heading up the defense for Illinois Tech, meeting the ball, possessed by Olivia Hickson. Hickson down to the block. Hickson trying to pass out of traffic and passes out of bounds to Illinois Tech. She tried to hit Lockhart, and Hickson actually fell as she tried to drop that pass off, and then she sent the ball out of play. Good enough trying to get it into Joko, and the ball deflected away by Hickson. Coach Carissa saying, so no, that's going to go to Westminster. So Illinois Tech actually turns that over in the backcourt. Yeah, initially I thought the officials were saying that Hickson got a hand on the ball. That was not the case, so Westminster will get it in the front court. Fresh 30 for Westminster with 2:09 to go in the 3rd, and Lockhart fouled on the inbound pass. That'll be 3 on Chirilla. That's the 4th team foul against Illinois Tech here in the 3rd. Boxing 1 inbound set for Westminster. Quick inbound, actually. Hickson to Bullock. Bullock with the turnaround, left it long. Hickson actually just punched it out of traffic to Lockhart, and it gave Westminster an offensive board, but the shot clock was not reset. Now they get 20. And as a result of the stoppage, Westminster actually will take a timeout here. 2:02 to go in the 3rd. The Westminster Blue Jays lead it 58-50. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. As we've mentioned numerous times throughout this broadcast, it's our final presentation of Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks athletics for 2024. But there are still some events going on for Illinois Tech in men's basketball action. They'll take on Kalamazoo. They'll take on the Hornets tomorrow. That's scheduled for 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Central. That'll be the final time Illinois Tech men's basketball will be in action for the calendar year. And then the next time we'll see Illinois Tech for men's basketball action will be against the Rockford Regents, 7 p.m. on Wednesday, January the 15th. Illinois Tech men's basketball against Rockford. And then we'll kick off 2025 with women's hoops action Saturday, January the 4th, 1 p.m. Scarlet Hawks versus Concordia University of Chicago. And then January the 8th, a Wednesday at 7 p.m. Scarlet Hawks versus the Edgewood Eagles. We look forward to seeing you for Scarlet Hawks presentations in 2025. Olivia Hickson pull-up jumper, good for 2. Westminster by 10. Hickson has 11. Snow starting to come down outside the Keating Center as Illinois Tech starting to run out of time to try to get the victory here against Westminster. Joko for 3! Cashed it in for Camden Joko. 11 in the ball game for Camden. Hickson over to Bullock. Ramirez tried to get it back. That's a travel. That was a clear-cut travel. Ramirez had that ball palmed and then clearly just walked with it. Could have been a palm, could have been a walk. Turns it over to Illinois Tech. A minute 28 remaining in the 3rd. Speak up. the recipient of the inbound pass. Lockhart almost got the steal. Chirilla, right-hand scoop off the glass, rebounded by Kerrigan Lockhart. Much as we've seen out of Allie Bullock, Lockhart's been all over the floor. There's Annette Ramirez with the pull-up jumper. Ramirez finally matching her jersey number with 11 points. Spica. Back up top. Illinois Tech in a bit of a hurry to get the ball to the basket, but it seems like once they get there, there's really nowhere to go. Spica to Bucci. Bucci really no space to lay the ball up and draws the foul on Bullock. I like the look on Allie Bullock's face. She was in a situation where she said, really, what can I do there? I just have my hands out. I couldn't just let her lay it up. Bullock could pick up her third foul, but that's for good reason. She was really just trying to make sure Julia Bucci didn't get an easy layup. And as a result, Bullock could go to the bench. That's 3 on Bullock, so now Pal Qualo comes back in there. Bucci will go to the line. She has 8 in the game, this Julia Bucci. Bucci with a pair of threes, but she misses her first free throw here. 2 of 4 from 3 in the game is Bucci. 8 of 12 at the free throw line on the season following that miss. Her 13th attempt in and out. 8 of 13 on the season for Bucci at the free throw line. Hickson. Into the front court. Illinois Tech leaving points on the stripe, trailing late in the game. Lockhart loses the ball. Lockhart won the battle to the ball and then knocked it away for Camden Joko. And that'll go out of bounds to Illinois Tech. Good job by Joko defensively as her and Lockhart met at the ball, and it led to the turnover. Spica. Guarded by Lockhart right in front of me here at the table. Spica just pounding that right-hand dribble. Finally feeds it in to Goodenough. Goodenough is fouled. Goodenough will go to the line. Amanya Allen will send Goodenough to the line. So Goodenough with 4 in the game. Unable to convert. Illinois Tech 4 of 12 at the free throw line. And if Goodenough misses this free throw, direct correlation. Well, there you go. Down 9 missed free throws in the game for Illinois Tech. Hickson. In the corner, guarded by Joko. Here's Lockhart. Swings it over Ramirez, guarded by Spica. Final 4 seconds. Ramirez not even looking at the clock here. There's 2, 1. Ramirez is going to have to shoot that out of traffic, and instead gets it blocked well short of the rim. And at the end of 3, the Westminster Blue Jays lead the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks by 9 as we go to the 4th quarter. The snow is coming down hard outside the Keating Center. Let's see if inside the Keating Center the Scarlet Hawks can get one last run here in 2024 to finish the year with a win. 4th quarter action coming up on the other side of this break here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. Fourth quarter getting ready to begin inside the Keating Sports Center. Chris Rouse here on the call as we get ready to wrap up this contest between the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks and the Westminster Blue Jays. Westminster with a 9-point advantage. Illinois Tech with 10 minutes to try to match a 9-point deficit. And for Illinois Tech, 4 of 13 at the free throw line. 9 missed free throws, 9-point deficit. Direct correlation, amongst other things, of course, that's going on in this game. But I'm sure coaches, if it's one thing that stands out to coaches, it's missed free throws in a close game. Here's Bullock. Driving baseline. Hickson, 4-3. Off the rim. Going to be a long run, and it's saved. Great job by Powell Qualo. As Westminster gets the offensive rebound. 19 on the shot clock for Westminster. As Avalena, Powell Qualo with great hustle, running down that ball, saved it over her shoulder there. Looked almost like a wide receiver there. It's like a wide receiver in replay mode there with the ball coming over his shoulder. Here's Joko. Joko comes up with the loose ball for Illinois Tech. Pass to the corner. Joko had to look, but instead Chloe Chirilla takes inside. Chirilla with the right hand hook. Left it short. Rebounded by Bullock. Allie Bullock with 6 rebounds now in this ballgame. 3 off the mark for Westminster. And now here comes Illinois Tech. Kaya Jones over to Chirilla. Chirilla out to Joko. Joko 4-3. Looked good out the hand, but it's off the rim. Good enough. Gets the tap from Kaya Jones. Jones crashes and gets the offensive board herself. Fresh 20 for Illinois Tech. Joko try again, but gets the same result, unfortunately, for Illinois Tech. Missed opportunity for Illinois Tech. Here's Ramirez. Scarlet Hawks trying to salvage their winning streak. Illinois Tech has won 3 straight. They're 4-5 on the season. But wins over Eureka, Maranatha Baptist, and Mount Mary in their last 3 outings. Ramirez in the Bullock. Oh, mishandled handoff. Now Kaya Jones gets the steal. Bullock in pursuit. Jones to the basket and scores. Kaya Jones for 2. Kaya with 7. That actually matches Illinois Tech's deficit as now Jones guards the ball. Ramirez guarded by Jones. The Illinois Tech bench telling Jones don't reach. She did have the hands extended briefly. Powell Qualo guarded by Goodenough. Goodenough took a stab at the ball, and that's a clear-cut foul. A bit late on the whistle, but definitely a foul. Goodenough took a clear swipe at Powell Qualo. And as a result, it'll give Westminster a fresh 20. Pair of subs here is Lockhart and Jones come back in for Westminster. Lockhart. Get it up to Bullock. Bullock working back door. She could have hit Hickson. She could have hit Jones. She hit Jones, and Jones hit the jumper. Jones with 9. Jones having 9. Actually, key. Everybody in the game for Westminster is hovering around 11 as Kaya Jones picks up a travel. The 5 players in the game for Westminster, Hickson, Ramirez, and Bullock all have 11. Jones has 9. And it's Lockhart who has 8. So all 5 players in the game hovering around 11 for Westminster. And by the way, 11 is the game high for Westminster with those 3 players. .728 to go in the game. 3 rebounded by Chirilla. And here comes Illinois Tech back the other way. 64-55 with 7:18 to go in the game. We got a foul here on Jones. That's the second against Jones. Jones with 9 in the ball game, as I mentioned, on the offensive end, with 2 personal fouls. Joko. Guarded out high by Hickson. Kaya Jones. Jones looking for Joko. Joko's been good from deep today. Perfect rainbow. And there's the goal at the end of it. It's a 3 for Camden Joko. 14 for Camden. Mentioned how Joko yesterday played more minutes than anyone for Illinois Tech. She played 22 minutes in yesterday's game. Lockhart scores back the other way for Westminster. Lockhart into double figures. 10 for Kerrigan Lockhart. 4th Blue Jays player in double figures. Rusing looking for Chirilla. Chirilla bobbled the ball 3 different times, then got it blocked. Bullock first to the floor, and Bullock comes away with the loose ball. Well, Bullock's team comes away with it as Lockhart scooped it up. Ball goes into the corner for Westminster and out of bounds to Illinois Tech. Miabella Speaker comes back on, as does Hallie Williams. So Illinois Tech, the 5, will be Joko, Speaker, Rusing, along with Bucci and Williams. A lot of speed and a lot of shooting in the game. We got three ball handlers out there with Speaker and Joko, along with Rusing. They feed it to Williams. Going to use Williams' size in the paint. Williams over to Joko. Joko passes out to Speaker and a reach-in foul on Hickson. Pressure from Olivia Hickson. That's her first foul of the ball game. It comes with 6:04 remaining in the ball game. Joko down to Bucci, working on Jones. Bucci just looking for an outlet. Almost threw the ball out of bounds. Rusing turns the corner. Rusing stops on the dime. Turnaround jumper for Rusing off the mark. Rebounded inside by Corretto. Remember, Baird Rusing is out there with 4 fouls. She's spent the majority of the game on the bench due to the foul trouble. She's now guarding Bullock, and now Westminster trying to make Rusing guard the ball. Bullock passes over to Jones for 3. Good rainbow, but it's off the glass and off the rim to Rusing. Down 8, Illinois Tech with 5.5 to play. Speaker had it knocked away by Hickson, so matter-of-factly by Hickson. She hit it and then just ran away from the ball. Williams on the drive. Williams to Rusing, travels. Hallie tried to find Baird Rusing in the corner, but Williams let that foot hit the floor before she let the ball release it from her hands. Allen comes back in here. Amanya Allen back in there. Amanya Allen back out there for Westminster. Now here comes good enough for Illinois Tech. Silo also back out there. It'll be Silo and good enough replacing Williams and Bucci. Likely going to be this last time we see Bucci sit, as they're going to need her out here for the stretch run. Good enough tried to steal one from Lockhart and a foul. And now that puts 4 on good enough. So Illinois Tech, they have 2 players in the game in danger of fouling out, Goodenough and Rusing, and now they're both actually guarding the pick and roll here. Jones over to Corretto. Rusing first to the floor, gets the steal. Good hands by Baird Rusing. No numbers for Illinois Tech. Rusing into the basket, and she'll foul out on the offensive foul. That'll do it for Baird Rusing. And it's been a frustrating day for Baird Rusing. Really hardly got to run out here for Illinois Tech. 6 points for Barrett. But Barrett is fouled out of this ball game with 4:55 remaining, and she'll foul out on the offensive play. Coach Chris is saying with some time to think it over. But after 16 minutes of game action, Baird Rusing's day will come to an end. Rusing finishes with, so it'll be an official 17 minutes, officially listed as 17 minutes for Rusing, with 6 points, 3 of 8 from the field, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 2 steals. But only 17 minutes, really didn't get much time on the floor, did Baird Rusing. Due to the fouls, Rusing had 19 minutes in yesterday's game. Corretto with the jumper. Off the mark. Good job by Allen to tap it out. Illinois Tech won it over the back. Offensive board for Westminster leads to Lockhart scoring. Kerrigan Lockhart has 12 in the game. Lockhart leads Westminster in scoring. Lockhart has 12, then they have 3 with 11. And then Jones has 9. Powell Qualo has 8. Very good balance for the Blue Jays in terms of the scoring. And now Silo loses it out of bounds. Chirilla has 16. Joko has 14 for Illinois Tech. They lead all scorers in the game. But Westminster, with their balanced scoring attack, they lead on the scoreboard by 10. 4:15 to go, and you see Westminster now starting to walk it up the floor a little bit more. In that first half, these two teams were back and forth all-star game pace. Speaker comes up with the steal. She's got Chirilla ahead of the pack. Chirilla, if she can score, can get to 18 and does. Chloe Chirilla with 18 in the game. Illinois Tech back with an 8. That's a start for Illinois Tech. Under 4 minutes to go, you get it back to single digits. Hickson looking for Allen. Too much smoke on that pass as it goes out of bounds. Way too much steam on it. Left almost a trail of smoke behind that ball as it fires out of bounds to Illinois Tech. Chirilla to inbound to Spica in the backcourt, 3:52. Illinois Tech's 3-game winning streak in jeopardy. Kaya Jones to the basket. Left hand, left it long. Remember, Westminster, they've won their last 2 games, have the Blue Jays. Illinois Tech, they've won their last 3. Somebody's streak is going to end, but Illinois Tech in danger of seeing theirs end on their home floor. .336 to go as the intensity continues to pick up. As we go down the home stretch here, ball goes inside to Jones, and she's fouled. That was a beautiful pass by Hickson. She put that where only Jones can get it. You were going to have to be someone extremely tall to knock that ball away and get a hand on it. Jones catches it down low and draws the second foul on Bucci. And Jones now looking to get into double figures and hits the first. Matching her jersey number is Lauren Jones with 10 points. She's now the 5th Blue Jay in double figures today. And she's now the 4th Blue Jay to have 11. 3 of the 4 players with 11 are in the game. Jones, Hickson, and Ramirez. Here's Kaya Jones. Ball poked away by Powell Qualo. And it's going to be a held ball, which favors Westminster. So 10-point advantage for Westminster with 3:24. This one's starting to get away from Illinois Tech. But there's still time to make one last gasp effort. Coretto around a high screen from Hickson. Hickson inside, splits the double team with the right hand, loop off the glass for 2. Oh, Hickson's activity, her court vision has been key these last few minutes of the game. And now she takes one inside and use that vision to split a double team to score. Spica. Down to Good Enough. Good Enough working inside. Good Enough. Trying to work on Lockhart. Use the left hand, no good. Bucci knocks it to Coretto. Coretto spins out of traffic with the ball. And now a push for Westminster. They got a 4-on-3. Coretto to the rim. Floats it into traffic. Gets knocked down and a foul. 2:35 remaining in the game. Is now Giselle Coretto will go to the free throw line. Coretto has been in the official stat book listed with 6 points. Also 4 rebounds for Coretto. And we'll see if Coretto here can extend the lead for Westminster out to 14 points. She misses the first. Second trip to the line for Coretto in the game. She hit both earlier. Now she's 2 of 3 at the stripe. And Coretto splits a pair to extend that lead to 13 for Westminster. Coretto is only a 50% free throw shooter entering the game on the season. 3 of 6 at the line. Definitely much more attempts than that today. She has 4 attempts in the game. 3 of 4 at the line. Spica. Guarded by Ramirez. Wanted to pass to Bucci, but it wasn't there. Chirilla inside. Cross court to Bucci in the corner. Bucci for 3. That's short out of the hand. Right in the hands of Spica now. Spica on the offensive board. Back to Chirilla. Nice step inside. Chirilla off the glass long. And this was starting to get away from Illinois Tech as you see Westminster get the rebound and literally walk it up the floor using all 10 seconds to cross the timeline here. Final 2 minutes. As the Westminster College Blue Jays they begin to watch that clock tick towards their 5th win of the season. Jones cross court. Joko just underneath the ball. And Westminster will get the ball out high with the shot clock. So shot clock will be set to 9. There was a early restart there. And with 95 seconds to go in the game, Coretto will replace Hickson. What a game from Olivia Hickson. Her court vision certainly created a lot of the scoring avenues we saw for Westminster down the stretch. And Hickson in the game, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals in 34 minutes. It's unfortunately sometimes if you what I've understood from scorers, it's unfortunate sometimes if a player dribbles maybe 2 or 3 times because that takes the assist away from a player like Hickson who maybe put the ball where that scorer needed it, but they maybe needed one extra dribble to get the score. So Hickson only 2 assists in this game, while Westminster leads it by 15 here, 75-60. A minute 33 to go in the ball game. Again, this is the final time that we will be bringing you Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks athletics here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. So from all of the members of the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks athletic department and all of the members of the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks broadcast crew, I'm Chris Rouse. I'd like to say thank you all for joining us for all of 2024. As we get ready to go into a new calendar year of 2025, we're looking forward to another year of Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks athletics here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. And we'll kick off 2025 with women's basketball action on January the 4th when the Scarlet Hawks take on the Concordia University of Chicago Cougars. Final minute and a half here as Spica gives up to Chirilla, who finds Joko. Joko's been finding the basket a lot tonight, but couldn't hit it there. 14 for Camden Joko. But the deficit for Illinois Tech right now is 15 in the game. Jones over to Lockhart. Lockhart up and in for 2. Kerrigan Lockhart with a welcome addition off the bench. 14 and the steal in the backcourt as the Westminster reserves making solid usage of their game reps. Corretto backdoor to Jones. Jones blocked by Chirilla. Good hands by Chloe and a foul. Westminster's foul will go to Jones. Third against Lauren Jones. That's the third on Jones, and now Illinois Tech down 17 here with 50 seconds and counting. Joko pushes to Spica in the front court. Plenty of interesting developments, plenty of interesting storylines developing for Illinois Tech. Spica becoming probably their primary point guard on the other side of the calendar. Hallie Williams' growth as a player. And, of course, the finish for this Illinois Tech team. How will they finish in NAC conference play under the tutelage of head coach Carissa Sane? Coach Sane's been doing this since her days at UChicago. Remember those days where Coach Sane had Mia Farrell, Ola Obi, Miranda Burt, Taylor Lake, Claire Steffens. And now Coach Sane trying to make it work here at Illinois Tech. Here in her 5th season, 20 blocks north of her old location. But Illinois Tech going to close out 2024 on the losing end. Scarlet Hawks won 3 in a row, but they'll fall to 4-6. Meanwhile, Westminster, they'll get their 3rd straight win. And Joko misses this to end the game, and that'll do it as the Westminster Blue Jays roll to a 77-60 win. This game had a very fun first half pace, back and forth all-star pace. But in the second half, when it got into a half-court style, it was Westminster that was more successful at execution. And they walk out with a 77-60 win, 5-4 on the season for the Westminster Blue Jays. Meanwhile, Illinois Tech, their 3-game win streak comes to an end. They fall to 4-6, becoming victim number 3 of Westminster's 3-game win streak. Some final key stats here. Westminster led by 14 from Kerrigan Lockhart off the bench. And then they had 14 from Lockhart off the bench, as she was one of 5 players in double figures. And then they had 4 with exactly 11, Hickson, Bullock, Ramirez, and Jones. Meanwhile, Illinois Tech led by 18 from Chloe Chirilla and 14 from Camden Joko. Once again, our final from the Keating Center. The Westminster College Blue Jays defeat the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks 77-60. And that'll wrap it up for 2024. And for all of the members of the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks athletic program and the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network, I'd like to say thank you for joining us all 2024. We will see you in 2025. I'm Chris Rouse, and this has been another presentation of Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks athletics. Happy holidays, and when we see you in 2025, Happy New Year from Chicago. So long, and take care.